Welcome to Conversations with the Winners. Today, our conversation is with Alex Sanchez. Alex is the founder and the executive director of Homes Unidos, and he is a 2020 winner of the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation Award for Health Equity. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start by talking about your work. Tell us a little bit about your work.
Well, Homes Unidos, it's a pillar in our community, the Central American community of Los Angeles, that's just west of downtown, in the MacArthur Park area, Koreatown, Pico Union.
What are the biggest challenges that your work takes on?
So Homes Unidos has taken on the challenge to address the issues of our immigrant community and how it's been impacted by violence. And this is not new. Since our inception in 1998 here in Los Angeles, we were addressing the issues of youth who have fallen through the tracks and have become gang members or had gone to prison and jails. And we knew that it was critical to connect those things and address those things and to reduce violence.
Alex, tell me about the connection with health equity and the issues that you're discussing.
Yes, we have inequities in our community around health, especially around immigrants that do not have access to proper health systems, health insurance, or mental health, to deal with many of the traumas that they're faced with, especially with the unaccompanied minors coming into our community, who end up falling through the cracks and end up homeless in our community. They don't possess those necessary documents to be provided those services that are available to other citizens in this country. That it's difficult for them. So we're dealing with a lot of disparities around health that we're little by little trying to address in our communities.
Let's talk about systems change a little bit, because you received this award because of advancing health equity through systems change. Talk about the systems change that you desire to take on.
Well, one of the things is that during the COVID epidemic was when we really felt that it was important to address it through the health point of view in how it was going to impact our immigrant community. Other things that were critical to this was, that many of them were lacking food. And we started distributing food in those communities 3 times a week in different communities throughout the pandemic. We organized many of the family members to take advantage during the census. We were out there letting them know that they can make a difference by being counted. On top of that, we also felt that it was important for them to start organizing around making their voice be heard through the election and voter registrations for those that were able to apply. We felt that also the impact that was happening inside the prisons around COVID needed to be addressed. So definitely we felt that it was important to organize our community, bring out their voices, educate them about COVID, educate them about, the issues and how they were impacting us. And we organized immensely during this period.
Alex, you bring your own experience to this work. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I feel that my experience in life as a formerly incarcerated person, a formerly deported immigrant, a formerly labeled gang member, and just an unaccompanied minor myself as a kid when I came in 1979, really engulfs all the issues that our community are going through. And I think that perspective is critical to have when it comes to addressing some of the community needs. For me, every time I see a mother coming in here desperate because their son or daughter is not listening to them, or it's involved in something negative, I see my mother and what my mother went through with me at the time that I was doing those things. And I look at them and I said, I'm going to try my best to not have you suffer like my mother suffered for over 15 years. And that motivates me to do whatever it takes.
Alex, thank you for helping us understand that. Talk to us a little bit about your approach to violence prevention.
We felt that it was important to provide programming for our youth, either whether it's art, whether it's court support, whether it's housing, or whether it's trying to reunify them with family, right? It's a critical approach. And we are able now to have the resources to take these kids out of the neighborhood in which they feel most protected, which ironically is the place that they're more in danger. Those that are coming out of prison, we have a reentry program in which we are able to refer them to employment, help them with their tattoo removal, and support them as they transition and understand what freedom is and how to keep out of jail. We need to fully invest a holistic approach to violence prevention that will reduce and address those issues that lead youth to be engaged in violence. And we still have a long road ahead.
Alex, you're dealing with a lot of challenges. What does success look like?
Success to us is like the story of a young man, youth who came from Honduras after both parents have been killed. And he is a young man that has a lot of mental health issues, traumas, but he's been able to succeed and gotten so much support from us, and not only us, but also from our mother's program. And he's felt that love with our families. He felt that love in our community. Now he's working for time. We got him into another housing program, and he's doing well, and he's kept himself out of jail. He had been homeless here for some time, and we were able to support him. I think that that when we see our young men renounce violence and other crimes that they might be involved in order to survive, and look for us to seek those needs, I think that's when we're being successful.
I was intrigued to hear about the Black and Brown Breaking Bread initiative. Can you tell us more about that, and why did you need such a program?
During the time of COVID, there were so many needs in our community. And in the midst of this, we had the rise of Black Lives Matter to the point that it was a nationwide outbreak in regards to police brutality and police killings of primarily African Americans. But in Los Angeles, it was also happening to many Latinos. And that brought this solidarity amongst the Black and Brown in regards to police brutality. We also felt that it was important to respond to places where there have been killings. And this was led to the Black and Brown Breaking Bread. And when we showed up with a truckload of food in those communities next to the vigil of a young man who just recently gotten killed, we were able to bring out the Latinos in those communities as well and have this robust conversation around the issues. And it's been beautiful. We've gone through so many neighborhoods and broke bread with so many different communities, that at one point we would have been chased out, right? So it's creating unity, it's connecting us. We're going to rival neighborhoods and be able to break bread with them to the point that now we've got so much youngsters coming in seeking services because they see how we've been able to gain credibility in the communities because of what we're doing.
What lessons can you share with us about this journey?
I've learned what I've learned hands-on. And I think supporting individuals that have the energy, have the street credibility, to be able to start their organizations, I think that's a lesson of itself. I know that if I'm gone tomorrow, there's going to be somebody else that's going to take on what I've started here, to be able to continue doing it with the same vision. I want somebody that has the same love for our community, understanding that decisions being made at the top level are geared by that clear understanding of our community needs from the ground up.
Alex, thank you for this insightful conversation and helping us understand more about the youth that you serve. Thank you for your leadership and for being such an important role model. And on behalf of Hispanics in Philanthropy and the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much. And I'm privileged to be among other awardees that I've met along this way. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us for this conversation, and you are invited to more conversations with the 2020 winners of the RWJF Award for Health Equity. And you can learn more about all of the winners at rwjf.org. I'm Jacinta Goda, and thank you for watching.